My ex-boyfriend Ethan, the college athlete, got drunk and started kissing and licking me all over. Thankfully, he didn't go all the way. Unfortunately, my current situationship witnessed everything. Even worse, all three of us share the same dorm room. Currently pinned beneath a naked 6 feet 3 inches athlete with lean muscles, a narrow waist, broad shoulders, and long legs, I felt Ethan's breath hot against my skin. His fingers traced my jawline as he kept planting sloppy kisses across my face, his tongue occasionally darting out to lick my neck. The gleam in his hazel eyes reminded me disturbingly of newborn puppies nuzzling their mother. Ethan, we can't keep doing this. His wandering hands already crept under my shirt, calloused palms skimming my ribs. I braced for him to flip me over. Why not? His voice cracked. You've touched my abs, grabbed my ass, seen every inch of me. What's holding you back? I sighed. At least he understood his role here. We're not together anymore. It's inappropriate. Since when did together matter? I froze. How do you explain breakups to someone who acts like a golden retriever in human form? My first love has returned. You were just a replacement. His shoulders slumped momentarily before he rallied, desperation bleeding into his tone. That's fine. Use me however you want. No strings attached. This pathetic act mirrored when he begged to taste the instant noodles I'd used his love letters as placemats. I caved in. But tonight's stakes were higher. I have a condition. Can't sleep with anyone. The lie tasted bitter. I almost wished I'd photoshopped a fake medical chart. Ethan's eyes welled up. Why aren't you getting treatment? Did I spend all your money? I nodded solemnly. Between his jersey collection and sneaker obsession, Ethan's habits did drain funds, not that my trust fund noticed. But the system had recently developed aversion to jocks. I'll sell everything. Just don't die. Please don't die. Sobs racked his frame as he cried onto my hoodie. The dorm door chose that moment to swing open. 3 pairs of eyes locked in horrified silence. Ryan, my so-called first love and new roommate, stood frozen in the doorway. My shirt hung half open. Ethan's tear-stained face buried in my chest. I went limp, playing the consumptive Victorian heroine. Ethan immediately straightened my clothes and scooped me up bridal style. Liam, don't you dare die on me. His shout echoed through the hallway. I didn't need to look to know half the dorm watched our dramatic exit. As Ethan's frantic footsteps pounded toward the infirmary, I contemplated which was worse, this charade or the upcoming 3-way confrontation. At least the Cooper family fortune could cover better acting lessons. I never believed it from the start. System 001 had always been unreliable, promising to teach me about love but delivering nothing but whips and chains. The only decent things were a few strings of bells. Before I could even try them out, the system notified me that Ethan had already fallen for me, ending the need for any pursuit. Not only did I miss out on actual intimacy, but now I might become the prey myself. Hearing that familiar voice instantly reassured me. This was my biological brother. He performed an exaggerated checkup on me. I cautiously peeked through half-closed eyelids, exchanging a knowing glance with him. Eat whatever you want, I muttered. Ethan must have been shocked. His hand gripping mine felt ice cold. I'm sorry, he choked out. I'll never upset you again. Love whoever you want. I'll even be the other man if needed. Now the system plays saint? Remember who viciously ordered me to cruelly dump Ethan? To trash his gifts, block all contact, and claim I never loved him during that rainy confrontation? Typical, the system gets to be both villain and hero. I opened my eyes weakly. Ethan, what happened to me? You're awake. Any pain? Don't worry. It's just low blood sugar. He inhaled sharply, swallowing tears before smiling reassuringly and carrying me back to the dorm. I buried my face in his chest, mortified. Liam is mine. Let me carry him. I never expected fake first love Ryan to be waiting at the dorm entrance. Ryan and I grew up together, the epitome of my parents' ideal son. Handsome, accomplished, and overly protective. Both our wealthy families pushed us together to consolidate fortunes, completely ignoring that Liam, I'm straight, not interested in men. They desperately tried to chain me to obedient golden boy Ryan. During his drunken phase, conveniently forgetting his legendary alcohol tolerance, he forcibly kissed me. After I exposed his act, he fled abroad for studies and only returned as an exchange student 2 days ago. Still, I should thank him. Kissing a guy wasn't half bad. During his absence, I often fantasized about dating every handsome man worldwide. What a dream. Then dating system 001 appeared. Please enter desired number of romantic partners. The robotic voice made me suspect scams. But I casually entered 2. What's the harm? Contract established. Commencing pursuit. The system's taste? Impeccable. My first target was textbook young alpha, wildly possessive, refusing to ever submit. For 3 months, I remained perpetually accommodating. We only slept together once, right before breaking up. So rough it left me avoiding him since. He rarely lost control. But that drunken night revealed raw hunger and ownership in his eyes. Now extinguished, he glanced down and obediently handed me over. Go upstairs first. You can't catch a chill right now. Ryan was lean, the kind of bony beauty the system would approve of. Though his angular frame dug uncomfortably into me. I can walk by myself. If he can carry you, why can't I? I stayed silent. Fine. Be all noble and Sundra then. Might as well let Ryan haul me back to the dorm. Ethan proceeded to bury me under a mountain of quilts once we arrived. Buried under the blankets, I couldn't face the awkward tension in the room. Scrolling through my phone, I prayed they'd leave for dinner soon. Several trending posts grabbed my attention. Jock Ethan's delicate damsel, in distress Liam Jock reduces Liam to tears, forced romance allegations? Exchange student and athlete clash over boy in dorm showdown. Each headline grew more absurd. Since when did I cry? The blessed sound of the door closing finally came. I peeked out only to confront Ethan's sculpted abs. Water droplets tracing the V-line where faint tattooed letters disappeared beneath his towel. Probably his favorite athlete's initials. Jocks and their quirky tributes. Planning to seduce someone? I raised an eyebrow at his shirtless, freshly showered state. The implications were glaring. He flushed, locking his phone with sudden determination. Just doing a paid livestream. Alright, since I'd stopped funding him. This made sense. Never thought he'd resort to selling his looks though. Biting back comments that might wound his pride. I resolved to quietly donate later. Nodding, I let my gaze linger on his physique before ducking under covers. The live stream showed Ethan in black dress shirt and mask, moving with liquid grace. I'd almost forgotten he led the street dance crew. The man moved like sin incarnate, pure divinity that set my blood boiling. I ached to storm over, seize those hands, and kiss him senseless. OMG, those abs are lethal. Hubby. My fingers betrayed me, firing off the comment before I could stop. Sorry? I'm gay. Perfect, neither am I. Let's go. For you? I'll get gender confirmation surgery. The responses escalated wildly. My jaw tightened watching strangers flirt so brazenly. I prefer dimples, arched brows, and guys who've rejected me before. Into retro rejection? I can be your ex. Some quick-witted user shot back. My thumbs flew across the screen, smoke practically rising from the keyboard. Host, you're smitten. The system chimed. The stench of romance finally hit you too. Nonsense, I muttered, cheeks burning. Just mild interest. Haven't even slept with him yet, can't quit now. Ethan, I'm starving. Go get me something to eat. He startled and exited the live stream immediately, crouching before me. Just wait a bit longer. Ryan went to buy food. I have some here. But I doubt you'd want mine. My head throbbed remembering our breakup when I'd declared his things were the filthiest on earth, that I'd rather starve than touch them. Seeing his crestfallen expression now, I realized how cruel those words had been. I wanted to apologize, but every sentence I'd uttered demanded repentance. I'm hungry. I want yours. He produced a lunchbox without hesitation. Aren't you going to hate me? Humiliate me back? We broke up, but that doesn't mean I stopped loving you. Ethan, you were my first love. You'll always be my last. His words melted my resolve like summer heat on ice. But I love Ryan. The system forced those words out. Damn this automatic plot mode making me wound him repeatedly. Ethan's shoulders slumped visibly. Love him all you want. Just don't stop me from loving you. I'll wait until you come back. His uncharacteristic romanticism left me speechless. I shoveled rice into my mouth until calloused fingers gripped my chin, forcing me to meet his gaze. His lips crashed against mine in fierce conquest. When I struggled, rice grains lodged in my windpipe. I doubled over coughing, tears streaming. Host, Those teary eyes and flushed cheeks are perfect for triggering male protective instincts. Ethan's hooked. Might want to check who's at the door though. Ryan stood framed in the doorway, carrying multiple takeout containers of my favorite dishes from across town. He set them down as if witnessing nothing. System? I'm such a jerk. All's fair in love and war. Host, if you feel guilty, eat everything. I cleaned every container to share the love, only to end up vomiting violently in the bathroom at 3 a.m., clutching my burning stomach. Maybe this is karma. I gasped between heaves. The memory surfaced unbidden, our first meeting at the basketball courts. Ethan had glowed under stadium lights, sweat-slicked muscles rippling as he dunked. Throw him a water bottle. The system urged. Hey athlete. I'd called from the bleachers. Wanna go out? He caught my water bottle midair, smirking. Jump down here if you're serious. The 2-meter drop made my knees weak. Real love requires sacrifice. The system heckled as spectators gathered. Pride made me leap blindly, trusting it'd cushion my fall. Ethan's widening eyes betrayed his shock as I plummeted toward him. His face visibly paled with panic. I thought I'd faceplant spectacularly, but instead tumbled into a scorching embrace. Bold move chasing me. Let's get this straight. I'm not easy. You'll need to put in work. Stay by my side every second. Appear whenever I snap my fingers. And cut ties with everyone else. Still want this? Then start your pursuit. I could hardly believe Ethan agreed so quickly. Anyone who'd seen the campus confession boards knew his reputation. Ethan's aloofness matched his fame. While the so-called school heartthrob played untouchable prince, Ethan was the wild thistle clinging to cliffs, bowing to no one. When some trust fund kid tried holding his hand at a party last semester, Ethan dunked him poolside fully clothed. Campus consensus said the guy despised wealth, which made my poverty act crucial. Our first date found me in flea market threats, dragging him to a street-side skewer cart. Truth be told, I'd never eaten this street food. The greasy sticks confused me. Not your style? My treat somewhere decent. Ethan raised an eyebrow. I scowled at his condescension. You think I can't handle this? That fancy restaurant bill could feed my family for days. I bit viciously into mystery meat, surprised by the addictive crunch. Soon I demolished the entire order. Your stomach's gonna revolt. Relax. I've got cast iron guts. Famous last words. By midnight, cramps twisted me into fetal position. Through feverish haze, I mashed random contacts. Woke to hospital fluorescence. The nurse said Ethan arrived barefoot, carrying my limp form. That's when I knew the ice was cracking. I pressed my advantage all summer, telling parents I was backpacking Europe while actually holed up in Ethan's studio apartment. When he cooked, I'd snake arms around his waist. The system's shrill command almost made me jump. I attempted the maneuver, realizing our size difference made this comical. Mortification burned as I aborted the mission. Before retreating, Ethan's hands locked around my hips, hoisting me onto the formica. He leaned in, all predatory intent. Tired already? His breath scorched my throat as I gasped. We'll rest, then continue. Calloused fingers gripped my jaw. You started this fire, Liam. No escape tonight. The system vanished as Ethan's mouth crashed over mine, reducing the cramped kitchen to our battlefield. Later, teeth grazing my collarbone, he growled words that ignited primal tremors. Your pathetic squirming only makes me hungrier. Remember this, every struggle pours gasoline on my need. I'll devour you whole, Liam. I'm not sure if this is love, but I think it is. Yet the system never alerted me that the mission was accomplished. Ethan never once told me he loved me or anything like that. He's just a hit it and quit it type of guy. I stared hopelessly at the ceiling, numb to my core. My entire body felt drained. And that bastard? Too busy chasing his own pleasure to even bother holding me afterward. The kitchen was sweltering, and he'd been so rough. At this rate, I'd probably become the first person ever hospitalized over something like this. Beg me, Liam. Beg. And I'll carry you out. I pressed my lips together defiantly. If the young master's so tough, he shouldn't have been screaming like a banshee earlier. I scrambled upright on the counter. How could he see through my acting? I'd been so convincing. You're the idiot here. Those designer sneakers and jerseys you've been showering me with? Any one of those could fund my life for months. You think I'd believe you're broke? He chuckled. I exhaled in relief. At least he wasn't here to punish me. I didn't mean to lie. I just heard you hated rich people. I hate everyone else. His words were so quiet I almost missed them. But as long as he forgave me, he could say anything. Hell, he could curse me to oblivion. After the truth came out, I went all out spoiling Ethan. No more cramming into that dingy apartment. I gave him the best of everything. The system kept reminding me Ethan was an orphan who'd spent half his life scrambling for survival. Through its lens, I saw him shivering at dawn in produce markets, begging in hospital corridors for his parents not to die, weathering every cruel twist of fate alone. When he got into fights, no one asked if he was hurt. When he was wronged, no one spoke up for him. That's how the world worked. Parentless kids didn't get comfort, let alone advocates. I tried healing his broken childhood my way, gifting him a top-tier motorcycle, dragging him onto insane amusement park rides. Slowly, Ethan began opening up. On the anniversary of his parents' death, he finally shattered, clinging to me as he sobbed. Desperation makes anyone look like salvation. That's the day he fell for me. Host, mission complete. Dump him hard. You've got another target to conquer. I bit my lip, regretting my cocky bet with the system about staying emotionless, regretting enabling autopilot. Even if I refused now, the system would force the scripted rejection anyway. Following the plot, I chose his birthday for the breakup, bought a mango cake he's allergic to, waited hours in his empty apartment. He probably didn't even realize it was his birthday. Ethan, where are you? The phone line buzzed with chaotic noise. I knew he'd been secretly working at a boba shop. The rainstorm would have trapped crowds inside. But the system kept pinging, prime breakup opportunity. My voice sharpened, harsher than I'd ever been with him. Ethan, I'm at your place. You've got 10 minutes. If you're not here, we're done. I'm tired of this. Silence stretched, but the call stayed connected. Even on his scooter, fighting through traffic, he'd need 20 minutes minimum. If he's late, the breakup would feel less brutal. A small mercy. I never expected him to come running through the rain. He grabbed my wrist and pinned me against the door, drenched yet carefully wiping his hands dry before cupping my face. His touch felt icy. Early autumn chill bit through his soaked t-shirt, his entire body trembling violently. Liam. Ethan's voice cracked as he kept his head lowered, one hand resting on my shoulder. You can be angry, hit me, do whatever, just don't abandon me. I know I'm poor, unworthy of you now, but I'll change that. I understand loving someone like me exhausts you. Let me carry that burden from now on. Let me love you enough for both of us. His trembling fingers produced a silver ring engraved with rose patterns from his pocket. The raw cuts across his palm revealed he'd carved the design himself, a worthless trinket by material standards, yet priceless in its sincerity. I should have accepted it. After countless silent apologies, I slid the ring off and threw it into the rain. Ethan, I never loved you. You were just a challenge, the campus heartthrob who supposedly couldn't be caught. Every kindness you mistook for affection was mere pity. We come from different worlds. What made you think a Cooper heir would ever settle for? My words faltered as his tears burned against my skin. The cruelty of my own lie tasted bitter. You weren't hard to get, he whispered. I just turned down every advance for you. There's no food I can't eat if it's from your hands. He seized the rain-sodden mango cake I'd spitefully brought and forced himself to swallow mouthfuls. We both knew he'd break out in hives within hours. Enough. I shoved him away. My feelings changed with the seasons. Ethan, you knew this arrangement was temporary. Why cling to dead embers? His grip tightened as I tried to leave. Wait. I'll accept it, the breakup. Becoming strangers. Just stay until the storm passes. Even if you hate me. I can't bear the thought of you falling ill. We sat in strained silence by the entrance, autumn winds whipping through our damp clothes. All night, Ethan endured chills and labored breathing to keep me company. I couldn't comprehend his stubborn devotion. Hadn't I made my indifference clear? The next morning revealed him slumped against the bathroom door, eyes bloodshot. He looked like death incarnate. Ethan, if you've got kidney problems from holding it in all night, we're seeing specialists. Money isn't. Money? He produced a bank card with hollow laughter. 5 million. Sold every gift you ever gave me. My competition prizes. Part-time job savings. It's all here. Not enough. I'll beg. Borrow? Steal more. Just let me help you. Shock immobilized me. This was the same man who'd refused to install AC in our rental's kitchen, claiming we only needed it in the bedroom. For years, I believed him destitute. That night when drunken Ethan barged into my dorm, part of me wanted to rekindle what we'd had. Ryan, my childhood friend turned unrequited crush, had never stirred such conflicted yearning. System? I whispered into the darkness. What if he stops wanting me? Ryan's just familiar. You know, childhood friends can't become lovers. But I can't confess to Ethan now. Retching overwhelmed me as guilt churned. Dawn found Ethan still vigilantly posted outside the bathroom, looking more corpse than man. The memory of his hands carving that stupid ring haunted me. Maybe our love had never truly died, just been buried under layers of self-deception and family expectations. As Ethan's quiet sobs echoed through the door, I realized the most expensive thing he'd ever given me wasn't in that bank account, but the shattered pieces of his heart I'd trampled on. I never expected him to have saved up all that money. Ethan, you didn't need to do this. I have money, there's no reason for you to beg or borrow. After all, I'm the youngest of the Cooper family. My monthly allowance alone could last lifetimes. Since when did I need to borrow anything? But didn't your mother freeze your accounts? Didn't she kick you out? It's okay. Ethan cradled my face, those brilliant eyes shining brighter than any constellation I'd ever seen. I can take whatever insult she throws my way. She's right, a privileged golden boy like you shouldn't be with someone like me who's barely scraping by. His calloused thumb brushed my cheekbone. Letting you go or keeping you close, I can't do either. Liam, I love you too damn much. Give me one more chance. I know exactly what I'm asking for. No flowery words. Just that same raw vulnerability he'd shown during our rain-soaked confession. This time, I stopped calculating consequences. The system's punishments, the looming uncertainties, none of it mattered as I gripped his work-roughened hands. Then, I've been waiting for you all along. The kiss that followed tasted like desperation and hope. His knee pressed between my thighs as calloused palms slid under my sweater. All unspoken words dissolved in that sun-drenched morning. Strangely, the system remained silent. No automated protocols yanking control away. No forced rejections. Even Ryan was conspicuously absent from campus. Ethan mentioned he'd moved out voluntarily. Valentine's Day found Ryan waiting beneath the auditorium stage lights, profile etched in that familiar golden hour glow. Liam, he called, voice echoing. Stay right there. Let me look at you properly. What? I frowned at the theatrical distance between us. Because this way, his smile didn't reach his eyes. You'll have to watch only me. Truth is, school was never important. The only thing worth remembering is meeting you, that boy with paint-stained jeans who made calculus jokes during detention. Ryan's knuckles whitened on the podium edge. We had countless beautiful beginnings, but not every story gets its happy ending. I thought our love would be earth-shattering. Never imagined it'd end with bathroom whispers and third-wheel confessions. The system's chime interrupted us. Congratulations, host. All mission objectives have been accomplished. Love simulation game terminated. I've known about the system from the start. Ryan's confession froze my blood. That's why I never said, I love you, stupidly thought if I avoided those words, you'd keep orbiting me forever. Ethan was right. Sometimes loving means letting go. He inhaled sharply before meeting my gaze. Be happy, Liam. Remember, no matter what happens, I'll always have your back. My questions died unasked as Ryan disappeared into the crowd. Ethan practically dragged me to the hospital that afternoon. I'm fine. That campus doctor? He's my cousin messing with you. The idiot made me undergo every test until the nurses confirmed I was healthy. You mad? I ventured as we exited. Furious? Ethan deadpanned, slipping my discarded promise ring onto my finger. Do you know I almost sold nudes online to pay for your treatment? My jaw dropped. He'd actually believed that ridiculous cover story? Ryan contacted me today. I know. Ethan's smirk revealed everything. Since when were these two conspiring? You've been keeping secrets. I narrowed my eyes. He spun the ring around my finger. After our breakup, Ryan took me to the hospital. Proposed a fair competition. That's when the system approached us both. Made us promise not to tell you about our collaboration. The revelation left me reeling. These two idiots had been playing four-dimensional chess with a love simulation game this whole time? They teamed up with the system to trick me. Unbelievable. Here I am drowning in guilt every night, feeling like total scum while they System, you better explain yourself or you're dead meat. Oh, don't blame me. I just wanted triple paychecks. Your brother, my primary user, said one person could handle multiple roles. No wonder my idiot brother suddenly volunteered at the school clinic despite never setting foot on campus. Did he seriously think he could juggle 2 boyfriends alone? I'm going home to throw hands. I stormed into our garden and smacked my brother mid-makeout session with his wife. The audacity. What's your problem, Liam? You know damn well. Your glitchy system nearly ruined my life. When I broke up with Ethan, I was heartbroken. When Ryan confessed, I felt like the worst human. We're done. I kept swinging despite my sister-in-law's attempts to block me. Ahem. She cleared her throat. The system's my creation. My coding's imperfect. My rage instantly fizzled. Brother's fair game. But never disrespect the tech genius sister-in-law. Your system works perfectly fine, maybe too well. That overachiever taught me things even Cosmo hasn't covered. I shrugged. Total hypocrite. I know. We'll compensate you. She bargained. The system won't meddle anymore. Ethan and Ryan will compete fairly, you hold all the cards now. Sure. The 2 timing feature was messy. But didn't it help clarify your feelings? Touché. Without that glitchy mess, I'd never have pursued Ethan or discovered real love. Mom says bring him home already. No more secret boyfriends, she knows. Ethan practically vibrated with excitement all night. At dawn, he shook me awake. Which outfit says future son-in-law? Should I? Relax. My family would adore you in a potato sack. Mom specifically requested you, that's her blessing. But this is round 2. I need to improve from last time. Second meeting? Since when? Oh. Realization hit as he explained. The day you moved into that studio. Your mom ambushed me. Said I couldn't provide for you. Told her I'd stick with you even if hell froze over. His voice cracked. She lied that you'd been disowned to test me. We traded family drama stories all the way home. The moment we arrived, Ethan flipped a switch, charming smile. Firm handshake. Mom maintained Ice Queen mode despite being the one who invited him. Enough. Mom. You're scaring him. She promptly banished me. But Ethan emerged grinning like he'd won the lottery, clutching something in his pocket. Admit it, you're obsessed with me. What? I teased. He led me to an alley, producing a faded sketch. Recognize this? 12-year-old me getting bullied for stolen lunch money. Then you appeared, a random rich kid declaring, I believe him. His finger traced the drawing's hero. You were reckless, illogical, and the first person who ever stood up for me. That's when I knew. Turns out my friends dared me to play hero that day. I almost confessed. Nah, some mysteries should stay buried. Every superhero needs secrets. You're such a stalker. He kissed my smirk. Your stalker. Always. The sketch fluttered between us, its edges worn from years of secret admiration. Mom's voice carried from the house. Stop necking and come set the table. But we lingered, laughing against the brick wall. Ethan's heartbeat synced with mine. 2 misfit puzzle pieces finally clicking into place. Since that's the case, I can get a little wilder. He pulled something from his pocket and placed it in my palm. My face flushed crimson as I hastily hid the burning hot item. You're insane. Mom gave it to me. My favorite flavor. You can take charge tonight. My pulse quickened. Who could resist such temptation? I dragged him home immediately. Our passionate night ended with me still pinned beneath him. Furious, I kicked him off the bed. Men and their sweet lies. Liam, I'm sorry. Next time for sure, I'll let you flip positions. You made my tattoo all red. It hurts. That ridiculous tattoo, just some scruffy-looking dog and a barely legible name. Is that some athlete's name? And the mutt, his spirit animal? Looks awful. Getting random ink will ruin your skin. But this is you. Don't you see the resemblance? I lunged to bite him. Who compares people to dogs? Between last night's frustration and this fresh irritation, I sentenced him to livestream duty. Might as let his endless energy entertain the masses. Truthfully, I missed watching him turn on the charm. My pride just wouldn't let me admit it. The moment his camera flipped on, shirt still on, comments flooded in. V-line abs alert. 8-pack incoming. Take me now. I still dream about how you rocked my world. My blood boiled. Who's this thirsty account always out commenting me? Chill. Darren. I already got him back. Keep this up and he won't just be jealous, he'll devour me whole. Turned out his college roommate orchestrated this whole scheme. Clever bastard, it worked. During the stream, Ethan simply leaned against the couch, abs peeking through his half-buttoned shirt. Viral moment achieved. DMs flooded with phone number requests, all rejected. I anonymously commented, mine. Taught him every move. Want him. Get through me first. Ethan chuckled softly before capturing my lips. Yours. Always.